Hello, everyone. I think
Hello.
today is the last day of the blue background. The month of StreamYard is going away. We will return to the black background and the blue banners, probably.
So sad.
But yes, so sad. If
One
you
good way
if you would
was-
like to keep the blue background year round, you can donate to my Ko-Fi Coffee. Ko-Fi.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome, hi, hey, hello, yo. Yeah, what up? We are letting people trickle in before we start doing most things, but we'll start with how was everybody's weekend? Also, I'm going to just go into this accent. It's been a thing
Okay.
for a week now.
We're doing it earlier.
Don't know
too,
why.
I decided not to question it.
I mean, that's fair. I'm only pointing it out because Chris keeps going, "Why do you sound like that?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Because
It
Chris
just happened.
is like,
I think it's because I keep seeing things and then I hear the Yelena meme in my head.
oh my god.
What?
I keep seeing
That is
doing her accent too.
crazy. And I really love how she says it. So,
I love
Kate
her.
Bishop.
yes.
I love her so much.
Hello, Kate Bishop.
She's so hot.
What, Kate Bishop? That is crazy. Fox says why you like this. I just said I don't know. But also earlier, C.B gained a new story that she can tell all the world.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh no, I do not know. Okay, so earlier on the call, Sam and I were calling, and her youngest child was holding the phone. They're on the way to Sam's parents' house. This is not relevant to the story, but I'm panicking, giving more details.
It's fine.
So anyways, Sam's just like, I'm chatting with the children or something, not paying attention to Sam. And then her youngest just pans with the camera up, and I see Sam sitting in the front seat, turned around, looking at me, holding a knife. And I'm like, is that a knife? And then Sam's like, well, I couldn't find my ice scraper, and then gets out of the car. No more context. No more context was given. And
I
just
had the
starts
sheets of ice on my
stabbing in the
windshield.
ice, like just whoop off of the front. And
To
so
be
I'm chatting
fair,
with the children.
It's not a stab. It's more of a like fine.
scoop.
But
It was
anyway,
like
yeah.
Anyways, it was kind of hard to see from inside the car with my
Fine.
internet siblings. And so I was chatting to them, just like, I'm not going to address the fact. Because I was like kind of confused at first, but then I was like, oh, it's Sam. So
The only thing I remember being able to hear from the car is just, is your mom really a knife to the ice? And Roxy's just like, yeah.
I mean,
I couldn't.
yes, it could have
I
ended
found-
terribly, but it didn't.
No, because I'm skilled.
It could have.
No,
I-
because I know what I'm doing.
Wait, have you used a knife to de-ice your car before?
Well, yeah, you just use the vent on the inside so that the bottom layer is all heated, so it's already melting. But like when ice is 2 inches thick, your windshield wiper, you can break your windshield wipers trying to
Yes.
get it off. So you just take a knife and then you go under the ice and start chiseling like that way, and the ice just falls apart and falls off your window.
You could also use the tool that is designed for
But I found the knife first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as previously stated, I know what I'm doing, so I was not concerned.
Okay.
Fuck,
I mean,
says
I have
Sam, you
full
hurt me.
confidence in you.
Your life hurts
It's
me.
still concerning.
I mean, that's fair. Also, my children are so used to me that when I asked my youngest to bring me a knife to open a package, I'm expecting a kitchen knife. She brings my butterfly knife from my dresser, and I'm like, oh. No, that one wasn't even the closest one, but okay, there's scissors between here and there. But no. And then she's like, but this is your knife. And I'm like, that's fair. That is one of them.
It has more applications. Scissors
does.
can only do so much.
So Fox said, yes, I am concerned.
Yeah,
Look,
I have 2 messages.
If you don't have at least 1 to 2 knives stored in your car, I don't know how to help you. These are just basic things my dad taught me.
Our next little bit is going to be hypothetical. All right.
Oh, hold on. Let's say hello to everybody who's come in, and then we'll go into hypotheticals. Sold my car yesterday.
Nice.
Woohoo! I have a cold, so all day I've been lazy and didn't get much done besides a bit of reading. And I'm gonna get something done. Yes, we're here for the something.
You have a cold.
Yes, finished the first draft. Woohoo!
Yay.
My mom had a fall and had to go to the ER. Oh no! I'm glad she's home now. But that does suck, and I'm sorry. Hello. On the bright side, I got to see an anime movie. Which one?
I saw a trailer about an anime movie when we were right about to watch No Way Home.
Thank you.
There's an anime trailer that I really want to see about, like, there's a VR world.
Yeah, and like the
singer and the beast, and I want to see this Beauty and the Beast retelling in anime. Yes, so good. Good evening. There's a lot that I welcome all the new people.
What's it called, Belle?
Yes, that is what it's called. Well, I think that's both the movie that Haley saw and the one we're talking about. So.
Just like both don't even try it in title and just go immediately into describing it.
The one about the pretty lady and the beast.
You know, I was still on the like, oh my god, Spider-Man. And then I was like, wait, that's anime.
Valid. See? Yep.
Yeah.
Don't tell me anything else.
No more.
Okay, so what was your hypothetical?
Right, so hypothetical, tying it back to the having 2 knives.
At least.
Hypothetically.
Yes.
I was sitting at my desk at school in my dorm room, hypothetically. And my friend came in, and I don't even know why they're chatting. But they're like, yeah, and like, this is all hypothetical, mind you.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and weapons aren't allowed on campus. And then we started like talking about like self-defense and stuff like that. And I was like, and I hypothetically said, I have 3 different weapons within arm's reach of me. And my friend just stared at me and was like, hypothetically, they said, are you talking about like pencils and stuff or like actual weapons? And I hypothetically went actual weapons.
The number goes up if we're talking improvised.
Anything I can use as a weapon. But yeah, and then there was like 2 other people hypothetically in my dorm room. And they were female identifying, and they're like, yeah, we also have like multiple weapons around us usually.
As one should.
Which we're not allowed to have anything on campus. Like not even
everybody treats it like so weird, but it's basic safety.
No.
Yeah, stab a bitch.
My dad has set it up so that there is at least 1 weapon he can get to within, I think, 2 steps in his house. Most of them are hidden.
Wow.
And I do not know what they are. I just know that this is a thing.
Badass.
And that is my goal. Actual hypothetical weapons. The trick is to treat. See, that's what I'm saying. But I used the knife as a tool to get ice off my windshield.
It was alarming. Your child panned up and you were just holding something, and my brain's like, that's a knife, and the rest of my brain was like, that can't.
I just appreciate
your knife. And the first part of your brain like, it's Sam, it's a knife, and I was like, yeah.
I just appreciate that all of my children who were in the car, none of them, even they were just like, da 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 da. This is just what mom
Also,
does.
I was on the phone. I had the camera going, and the phone kept getting launched across the car, and the children kept asking me if I was okay, and it was so cute.
Yeah,
I was like, emotionally, no. Physically, yes, because I am not actually in the phone.
Fox is like, let me be clear. You having knives in all locations isn't weird. You knifing the window. It wasn't the window I knifed. It was the ice.
But I was afraid you were going to like scratch the window or something. I don't know how easy it is to scratch a windshield, but
yeah, not unless I'm like,
I wouldn't put it past
using it as an ice pick, which
for me.
You shouldn't even use an ice pick as an ice pick on your car. Yes,
I've never actually seen an ice pick in real life. That was our cameraman right there. I didn't get a wave back. No, actually, I'm kind of sad.
Well, because she came in and when she hugged me, she like pushed the laptop so she didn't see you, and now she's bouncing the other way. But right. You hear us talking about you. What you want? Okay, keep the TV down. I'm doing my sister's nails because she managed to lose all her gel in between this morning, and now that
like nail gel. Like
yes,
the nail polish.
I assume the like gel came off because like nail gel comes off really easy sometimes. This isn't a stabbing knife. I use it to work. Yes, exactly. Uncool, you're exposing me.
I got a haircut over the weekend. Was that over the weekend? It was yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah, to help with curls and stuff. And I was considering dyeing where it is pink currently and my hair red during the stream. And I was like, maybe that's a bad idea. So still half my brain's like, yes. That's the same half that was saying that Sam.
You can do it after the stream. We can watch some Sailor Moon while you dye your hair.
That is fair.
Make it more endurable.
Endurable?
Yes. I said what I said. Okay.
Possibly. Let's see how it is. I spent so much time on transfer applications today. I'm so tired. But I got stuff done.
You now need something that will kill your brain. Crystal's perfect.
And if you guys want to know more about our Sailor Moon opinions, tune in next week.
Yes. Next week we're talking season 4.
Yeah. I have to finish season 3 and watch a movie before then.
My child came to try to steal my cat, and my cat said nope. Yes, the pink is just fading. It was originally red, so she's refreshing it more than dyeing it.
Inspired by Kirishima. Oh my god! As I was leaving the Ulta Beauty because that's where I got my hair done. I was wearing a like Red Riot shirt, so that's from the show. And the lady doing checkout was like, I really like your shirt. And I was like, oh my god. And then we started talking about My Hero and like her favorite character is Bakugo. And then I was like, I love Kirishima. And then I was like, yeah, actually, like as I was getting the hair dye, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this like as like a haha to Kirishima. And that's why I'm dyeing my hair red. She's like, oh my god, that's so amazing. Apparently, like she's going to a con. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. And I got to talk to a nerd in the wild.
Yes. Otakus in the wild. They're both deceptively hard to find and also super easy.
Yep.
My weekend
questions.
Yes. You just have to like know the merchandise.
Yeah.
Like find them.
I mean, it was not subtle. It says Red Riot and then has a giant Kirishima on the front. Like this one's more subtle.
Not if you're an otaku.
MHJ right on it.
What?
Not if you're an otaku.
Like, if people don't know what the show is, they're not going to recognize it.
But if people don't know what the show is, they're not going to know what the fuck Red Riot is either.
But if they see a giant character on my shirt and they'll be like, that's probably an anime thing or like probably a nerd thing. This could be a random it could be like a cosmetics company.
That is going to attract otaku to you.
But that's the point. It's so those that know, but those that don't know.
Yes. So my weekend was up and down. I would like feel good and then no, and then yes, and then no in like the span of 10 minutes. But my kitchen cabinets are organized and decluttered, and now I can start working on the counters. And my youngest child decided to shade me and came in the kitchen and said, "Mom, why is the kitchen always messy?" And I'm like, it's been a year and a half since I've been able to properly organize it. Go clean your room.
Shots fired.
You want to talk about messy? Let's talk about your art corner. No, I didn't tell her that. I don't actively shade my children back when they shade me. I just let them get away with it for now.
For now, you're just waiting for them to become like preteens, and then you're going to unleash it all.
Yes.
Unleash it all, not unleash. I'm struggling today.
It's fine. Which shade and sass are two different things to me. When they're sassy, I will sass them back, but like shade, I won't shade them to them because they get very sensitive about it at their current ages, and I'm like, I don't want to unleash those feelings of embarrassment and shame just because they're being shady. So for now,
That's fair.
For now.
Yep.
Also, she's 6. It would be weird if her room was just always clean all the time.
Yeah, my room's not clean. Or it's fine right now.
I mean, technically,
See?
my MHA, My Hero Academia, it is a private school university thing.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I've wanted to dye my hair, but it's a dark brown, so the only way to have it show up is bleach it, and that's
You could
too
do, like,
much
a
work.
dark
I
purple.
feel that.
The dark purple would show up probably, but like it would be
Depends
really
on the
simple.
brown. Because if your hair is a yellow based brown, then it might show up a little. But if your hair is a red based brown, then it's probably just gonna look more brown. So it depends on, and also how dark, because dark brown on its own is a range.
Yeah.
It's a fucking range. So, which brings me to like, I really love people with just black hair because their black hair is always like shiny and either silver, blue, or purple, and it's fascinating and amazing. And then when it starts graying, they just become magic, and I'm like, I want that hair. Chris has naturally black hair. His shines pure ass white silver, and he's not even graying. He's just going white. It's just pepper and salt.
He just skipped over everything in the middle and straight to white.
So, Fox, when I last looked at the timer, there was 14 minutes, and I was like, I'll do the intros in like 30 seconds, and now I see we're at 17 minutes, and I don't know where those 3 minutes went. So, go ahead, C.B.
Hello, I'm C.B. Ferrenz, young adult fantasy author, college student, film major. I'm trying to incorporate the film thing in there. Haven't figured out how to yet. Anyways, and YouTuber, and on my channel, which I'm kind of on hiatus, it's a thing. I'm working on a script. It'll be there eventually. College is hard. I talk about being a writer and a teenager. I make little funny skits. I give semi-reliable writing advice, and yeah, I do live streams occasionally.
You can check out the live stream she guested on with Jenna Morassi at her channel. It was last week.
Yes. Yeah, that is me. All of my links are down below. Oh, I also have short films that I made up there. I think only one's up there right now. But it's the first short film I ever made.
Fact check yourself.
And there's a behind the scenes. Right, Jamie.
Okay. I am J.M. Celi. I am a fantasy writer, and my channel, I like to incorporate, taking elements of role-playing games, real history, real mythological folklore, weapons, historical weapons, actual weapons, not necessarily fantasy weapons, but real weapons that were used in history and how they could be used in your medieval setting, if you have a fantasy medieval setting. And I like to jumble that all up, talk about it on my channel.
Yay.
I greatly enjoy the videos I have seen. They're they are done in an informative way that does not make me feel as if I have to fact check you every 30 seconds, which is a high compliment from me.
Thank you.
Definitely.
And I am Writing Mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. I host live streams like these on Mondays where we just, do productivity sprints, chat, have a ball, get yelled at by Fox because we don't pay attention to clocks.
Yep. Time
and when I'm when I make content, I will be posting it again on Thursdays. I have plans to start that up again this year. I was supposed to be scripting already, but my kitchen and illness have conspired against my scripts.
Yeah.
But still, I have my topics picked out, so we're good to go there. If you would like to read a sample of my writing so that I'm not completely full of shit, you can go to my website, SamanthaLNasset.com, to read my spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part. While you're there, if you want to keep up to date with all things Sam, get the option to beta my stories first and foremost and see new website pages whenever we cook those up. Then go ahead and sign up to my newsletter, also at SamanthaLNasset.com. And if you would like to help support the channel, maybe help so that we can keep this cool blue background year-round, you can donate to my Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
I love the teamwork here. And yes, today we're just doing the write-ins and stuff. Oh, yes. Like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to support. Remember to ring-a-ding the bell. Since I've only been doing live streams, the algorithm has decided to forsake me. So you definitely have to have that bell up, or it won't tell you most of my streams are there. Fox says, I am Sam, and this is my channel where we talk about food things, animu things, and animu food things. Not inaccurate.
That's fair.
Roxy, turn your TV down. It's distracting me. Don't need to hear your animal singing. She full on did a tumble onto the she ran to the couch, did a rolling tumble, grabbed the remote, landed head down, feet up, and was turning it down that way. And I'm like, raising assassins.
Good. They're part of my alleged army.
That was happening.
Roxy's my second in command, allegedly.
She'd do it. As long as she can wear princess dresses as part of her uniform. Like, when I drop her off at school every day, she's just got a different poofy dress on.
So valid.
She gives
You can specialize in infiltration.
Red Riot sounds like a punk song, like one of those 80s ones that's making fun of everybody of being scared of communists.
Henry knows what's up. Yes.
Yeah, my only MHA merch is a hoodie for Hawks and another of Deku. That's more so my brother's. I have an MHA hoodie. It's a Bakugo hoodie.
How'd you get that? How'd you get that, Sam?
My internet child paid homage to her immortal mentor and mom.
Sounds like that's your favorite princess.
I don't admit nor deny favorites in any circumstance. So, hello, welcome. We're going to be starting our first sprint in a couple minutes.
Pizza.
And I will probably not be dyeing my hair during it.
Yes, the spooky flash fiction is known to cause tears and pizza cravings.
Or shock.
Well, it doesn't shock people as much anymore since I started describing it as a spooky one. But before...
I was like, the fuck?
But I felt like I needed to start advertising it as a spooky flash fiction. So the amount of angry messages has gone down since then. Because it used to just be people were like, what the fuck? Sam, I was not prepared. And I'm like, I wasn't supposed to prepare you. But it is what it is. And people do what they do. What do you want, Kat?
Attention.
She literally just kind of stopped and was like, I don't know anymore, Mother. What do I want?
Who am I?
So what will everybody be working on today?
I will be reading for fun because I spent like 6 hours today working on college applications and my brain is fried.
That's valid.
Jamie.
I'm going to be doing some social networking that I'm behind on, some research for a short story I'm writing.
Fun.
What's it about?
I was gonna ask that.
It's about two goddesses getting into a pissing contest in a bar.
I'm very intrigued now.
I'm very intrigued as well. I also might be working on a short story, but that's probably later in the evening when I regain some brain power.
That's fair. I will first be updating my Clever Fox because I woke up dead today, and then I had to do so much momming because my children were like, "You're our mother, and we need things." And I'm like, "Why can't you at 10 years old go to the grocery store?" So had to do that and then make dinner, and I just have not had time. Like, even I'd sit down for 10-15 minutes to listen to a book, and my one of them would just lay on me and be like, "So I like it when you play that phone game, and it's really cool, and I like watching it while my audiobook is playing." And I'm like, "I'm trying to hear about drama. I need to know who the baby daddy is." Ah, I have to rewind. Because of a really bad migraine last night, I was like, you know what I haven't read in like over 5 years? A contemporary romance. So I went on my library app, Libby, which I highly recommend. Libby, Overdrive, whatever your local library app is, because like so many free books in the palm of my hand.
Power.
And like I started and finished a book last night and then started another one. So I forgot how much I love contemporary romances. They're short, they're so nice. I'm getting a happy ending at the end. They're predictable as fuck, but you know what? I'm fine with that. The point of the book was not to wow or to deceive me. So cough drops, woohoo!
I support.
The new ending for my whip. Ooh, why do we have to change it? Was it not good? Paying bills and trying to flesh out part 2 of my book. Woohoo! Background, history, and world building. So it's about Sam and C.B.
The one time I don't have one of very many like tiaras or crowns or something around. Thank you, Candy.
I was sitting here thinking, do I own some? And I'm like, no, but Roxy does.
Just give me 3 seconds and I'll come back in full like goddess robes. I was a goddess, like a Greek goddess, 3 years, 2 years in a row.
I came home from I came home from the errand running, and I put on my work uniform.
Valid.
and a tank top that says "The snuggle is real."
I was having a really nice bath, and then I checked my phone and saw that my parents wanted me to pick up dinner in 10 minutes, and I went. And so I jumped out of
responsibilities.
Put on sweatshirt and sweatbands. So style.
All right. So who wants to count us down?
I do.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, we're big.
Hello.
Hello.
So, one of my goals for the quarter is to read 6 books, and I had picked the 6 books out, but the next book I need to read is book 4 in a series that I have been letting my children listen to as they fall asleep, and they're on book 4, and I'm like, well, fuck, now I have to wait, which is part of why I had gone to Libby. So now I'm like, well, now I have to make note of these other books that I didn't actually pick because I did finish them. So
Did you finish the baby daddy one already?
no, that's the one I'm on.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got 4.5. I'm at 44% on that one.
Wow. That only that far? Damn.
Bro, so much happens. I just look. Anybody who looks down on contemporary romance, I guess you don't like soap operas, which is fair, but I do. So just have to add that one. Once I finish the baby daddy one, I will have actually. I think. No, I'll need one more, and then I will have completed my quarterly goal of book reading.
I just got a text from my friend that says, curls superior hair. When I got it done yesterday, I got layers put in my hair, but they like blew it out and stuff. My friends were like, where are your curls? Ta-da! Here they are.
Yes. I think they look amazing. Sorry, there was like my daughter had turned the TV off and I heard this noise somewhere and I was like, the fuck is that sound coming from? She has a phone and she's watching things on it, but it's like way quieter. So ghosts were whispering in my house.
What a muttering and mumbling.
Muttering and mumbling. I associate them with the sound of falling sand. I didn't like the old ending. I mean that's fair. Hello, Blake. What, child? I'm sorry it died. I suppose you'll just have to go to your room. What do you mean no? Why don't you go to Michael's room then? Why don't you go bug Daddy?
I love that Artemis is just chilling.
I know.
Hello.
She is the patron saint of the stream and she knows it. And I know the ring light is making her extra glow, but like she'll literally glow if there's just computer screen. Yes, I am glad. How did everybody do that sprint?
I finished a chapter. What's the book I was reading?
Bills being paid is important. Yay for finishing chapters.
Reading one.
Nice.
Not fun.
I mean, either way, a chapter down is a chapter down.
Mm-hmm. What are you up to? Or what'd you do? Get done over the sprint?
Me? Yes. I did a little bit of that research, but I floundered a lot.
That can happen with research.
Because I Googled stupidly and wasted a lot of time looking at stuff that wasn't pertinent to what I needed.
That's valid.
But I did get all my networking done, replied to people, sent some emails. So
that's good.
I was mostly productive.
Good. Yeah, people don't understand that the Google is actually a skill that one refines and hones, especially if your history algorithm works against you sometimes.
Remember all the lessons in like elementary school and like middle school, like how to properly look things up just like on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to research this region of Germany and I thought I'd be clever and go into maps because Google Maps, right? And it's so busy with all the labels and everything like that coming in. I'm like, where the hell is this, thing that I'm looking for? And then finally I went, screw it. I went into images instead of maps and someone had drawn a very clear, here it is, It's all I needed. I didn't need street names or anything like that. I just needed to know where like a town was.
Yeah. Where in Germany?
What?
Where in Germany?
I haven't made up my mind yet, but it's going to be west of the Rhine River.
Okay.
That's the.
I was in Germany 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sweet.
It's cool. I've taken a few years of German in class, so I don't know much of the language. But yeah.
So
That's
for the record, I don't actually watch soap operas, not because I am against soap operas in general, but just because they're serial and they take years and years to finish, and I ain't got the time for that. So, but I was referring to an audiobook or the contemporary romance genre as a whole. Yes, the patron saint of our streams who has been neglecting her duty to be here and dance for the people.
She has.
This is your job. You come, you dance, you get pet. Where have you been? She's like, you're the one who locks me out. I mean, that's fair.
The scandal. Dun, dun, dun.
Scandalous. Cat immediately looks up when the sound was made. She do, like...
She can even hear the sound.
I mean, so she can hear.
Oh. She can hear us?
Mm-hmm. Like, say her name. Let's see if she does anything.
Artemis. Artemis is failing the thing.
She glanced up. She's just like, that's not you. Went back to nuzzling my hand for attention.
My cats have all abandoned me.
I forgot to count, but I got a shitload done. Fair.
Cool.
274. Nice.
Nice.
I came in at the end, but I finished my musical earlier today, so awesome. I got some background done and filled in some plot holes that would mess me up later. I mean, that's fair. Filling in plot holes is good. I recently reread my outline, or what I have of my outline, for the first time in over a year because my chronic migraines were really bad last year and I didn't get to work on anything. And I'm getting through it, and CB can attest to this because I would like whoever I was talking to at the time. I was like, I feel like there's a big thing missing from my plot. This does not feel like a filled plot. Where is my climax? And then I was like, I feel like I knew that this was a problem last year and that I did something about it, but I can't remember what it was. But I need to finish reading my outline. So I finished reading my outline. And then I went to my Milanote for my project, and there's just like several bulletins that's like, do this, do this, do this. And then there's a list of scenes that I need to add into the outline. And I'm like, bless you, past Sam, you're a goddess. So, yes. And it's also made me more excited because I'm like, oh, I get to write romance things. Because, like, essentially what I decided to do was previously my romance was not going to really start until book 2. But I decided, you know what? We're just going to make romance one of the center focuses. And therefore, book 1, I know the plot of book 1 now. And so, yeah, I just got to add in a lot of things and change, because currently in my outline one of the scenes is like, oh, and they re-meet for the first time since this one scene, and I'm like, that's not true anymore. I've got 5 things ready right there.
Oh, no.
So, and I love their banter too, so just rereading all of the things. I write some smooth motherfuckers and it pleases me. There's also this scene where they're talking like in a garden and something, and one of the dudes is being smooth, and the lady's like, you could like do a lot or make a lot of money with that silver tongue of yours. And in my like little narrative notes, I'm like, he looks like he's biting back a phrase, and I'm like, what would he be biting back? And then I like thought about it and I reread it and I'm like, he was gonna make a sex joke and decided not to.
Yeah.
I'm like, I write dirty characters and it's fine. But he didn't though, because he knows her bodyguard is there. That's literally what my background notes look like right now. I mean, that's all my outline is. It's just bullet points and summaries.
Bullet points.
Nice. All right. I mean, same, but like they can do both. Tongues are versatile. Yes, I'm leaving it at that. phrasing, not changing it.
Mm-hmm.
Fox, but did you have to? I did.
I had to write more sarcasm. It's funny, when I was younger, because I started writing pretty young, comparatively to now. I was never like to do sarcasm, like talking to other people, but my character's really sarcastic. I was like, why don't I just like speak like this? Like, I like this. Like, just say the funny comments I had. And over the years, I have become more of a sarcastic little shit. And honestly, I'm just getting excited to reach my final form.
One must do it. Although I will say, sometimes people will. I have seen writers who like make all of their characters sarcastic, but it's like sarcastic in the same way. So then I just get bored and annoyed because I'm like, none of you are sarcasming correctly, because you're just all talking. Sarcasm is meant to be used in specific way to be effective.
I just saw Blake's comment.
It can get worse.
Yeah, it can.
I believe in you. in your life goals.
When I'm upset, I get more and more snarky and sarcastic. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I can do this. This is kind of cool in a concerning way.
Oh, also, if it makes you feel better about the when I was young, Roxy, whom is my youngest and is 6, will be like, I remember when I was a really little kid, and she's like talking about when she was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And my husband, every time, he's just always like, you're still a little kid. And she'll just look at him in Sagittarius and be like, so when I was a really little kid,
yeah,
like, not even acknowledge what he said. She is a master of I think it's sardonic. She's sardonic. I have to make sure I'm using that word right.
I think you are.
Yeah.
Sardonic. Yeah.
She's like, for a 6-year-old to have mastered that, I'm like, I truly have passed on my genes. Grimly, mocking, or cynical. Okay, yes, she's very sardonic sometimes.
I'm hyped.
POV, you got into writing in the 3rd grade. Okay, but what if I did?
I didn't.
So I just got distracted because at the moment the timer's up, which means my like recommendeds were up, and I saw Matthew Mercer's face and next to Loki's, and I just have to like, their hair is a mirror of each other, and it took all of my focus. I was like, what is going on over there in that corner?
I don't know who that is.
Matthew Mercer?
Yeah.
How to explain the human that is Matthew Mercer? Okay, so first and foremost, he's a voice actor whom is kind of known as the man of 1,000 voices, because he can do so many different voices and he's in so many things. And he's also been cast a lot as vocal matches. I think in an interview or just on a talking thing, he was like, he is cast as a Troy Baker voice match more often than he's cast as a Matt Mercer voice match.
Who's Troy Baker?
Another prolific voice actor. But yeah, it was a thing where they were asking voice actors about when they'd get auditions, and there will literally be some auditions that's just like sound like this voice actor. And they're like, the most grating rejections are when they're like sound like Matt Mercer, and then I don't get it. I'm like, which Matt Mercer did they want? I can do Matt Mercer. I am him. So Laura Bailey does that too, like gets rejected.
Is this from
being herself?
That thing you watch on Sunday? I think it's Sundays,
Mondays or Thursdays, depending on if I'm caught up. Yes, Matt Mercer has become more known for being a god among DMs on D&D live stream.
Critical Role.
Yes, shaming you,
Matt
and Loki.
Okay, I recognized the name, but I had no.
To be fair,
for it, I was like, that rang a bell, but the bell is unlimited.
The reference.
But I first knew him as the man of 1,000 voices, and I mean, when he DMs, he does so many different voices, and he doesn't just do the voices; he does like the mannerisms, and it's just amazing watching him.
I try to.
Realized I haven't talked in. Why, hello, Matt is great. Yes, his wife. Oh, I love Marisha as well.
You're kind of gay. I know this person. I'm not just being mean. On the internet.
Oh, you mean Blake? Yeah.
I do know Blake.
That reflex, that like knee jerk to fuck with your friend and then realize, wait, if nobody knows that's my friend.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm bullying random people.
I was describing someone earlier in a group chat with Blake, and I was like, oh, you know that like pretty blonde senior, and then I like went on, and Blake went, that pretty blonde senior gay, and I'm like, it's an observation. I have eyes. I'm sorry I used them.
To be fair, straight people can tell when someone of their gender is pretty.
And I've heard this person described as the pretty blonde senior before. So
I just like that this implies there's only one. Like I know there's no other.
There's like 6 seniors at my college.
It's like none of the other seniors are blonde, or none of the other seniors are pretty. Or none of the other seniors are blonde and
at our
pretty.
college. There's a pretty blonde senior. I'm pretty sure a singular pretty blonde senior.
Still got the struggle. I got to go eat. Darn basic human needs. I mean, you could eat here. Well, I guess you're going out or something. Enjoy your foods. It's okay.
You did.
We understood you.
It's okay. We still love and appreciate you.
Fox is yelling at something. Don't bully me like CB bullies Blake. It's rude. How dare. Just in general. So much bully. Sir, I bully you worse. I'm pretty confident. I called him on Discord the other day, and he's like, I'm here for an hour, and I'm like, okay. And then like we talked about what I wanted to talk about, and then I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go now a half hour before you can abandon me. And he's like, wow, abandoning me early. I'm like, yes, this is my retribution for you making plans with other friends. So that was just the next like minute or so was just going, wow, how rude. And there's like a circular blaming
back and forth. That's
yes.
Fair. Iconic.
You are also a bully. You preemptively planned to abandon me. I did speak with CB in a call instead.
You did.
But
I was not knowing that I was the replacement for Fox, just to set the record straight.
It's fair. He's used to it. Just as I am used to his abandonment because he has other friends. So rude. How dare. I have to remember what I was going to do the next sprint. Oh, I'm refreshing my quarterly goals so I can do my week. Because I got 3 days behind in my Clever Fox, and I filled them out yesterday, and then I looked at the new week, and I went, meh, that's a Monday problem.
That's weird. Also, for the record, I'm not replacing Fox at Fox.
Oh, no.
Blake and I are the lesser, or the copycats?
The next generation.
No,
do you feel old, Fox? We have the next generation. Poor Jamie, just caught in the middle of all of this.
It's good.
Chilling, vibing.
He also came up with some cool world building that lets me hint at one of my characters' path. I love foreshadowing. They're back to the Halloween.
Okay, now I'm getting shaded.
Oh.
I mean, it's not fair if it's only one direction. Chris and I were talking about Eternals, and we were talking about Harry Styles' Eros, and we were talking about something, and then I was just like, I mean, it only goes one direction, and then I stopped, and I was like,
I'm sorry.
But does Fox at least feel guilty about abandoning you like CB does? No, Fox and I are both heartless entities that just prey
Yeah.
on each other's lack of
I have
emotion.
emotions. I have a lot of feelings, okay?
I was trying to make my bed since my cat has been sleeping in it all day, so I couldn't, and he hopped back in.
Yeah.
I would just kick them off.
I'll be like mid making bed, like blanket in the air, and then the cat will jump up and the blanket will fall, and the cat will be like, "Oh my god, what did you do?" I did nothing. You did this to yourself. These are the consequences of your actions.
How dare you? So rude. These are lies. Fox says I'm an angel. I have a heart sometimes, in all caps. See, sir, you couldn't even keep up your own lie. You had to add sometimes. I have a screenshot of Fox that says I lie or I'm lying or something like that. So whenever he's like, I don't lie, I just send him that screenshot.
That is fantastic.
It's saved in my phone in a special folder titled Things to Use Against Fox.
Goals.
My cat attacks my weighted blanket when she hears the beads.
She's hunting.
She's trying to protect you.
Fox
Is he sending you things?
is communicating.
Oh, excuse me. I was about to ask Jamie something and then I coughed and I can't remember what I was gonna ask. When is your Gumiho video coming out?
February.
Gumiho? February.
How do you say the thing Sam's struggling to say?
Gumiho, technically.
Mm.
When they say it in my Korean dramas, they say at the beginning. So it's like
It sounds like you were calling someone a hoe for gummies. So
well, that's just
Gumiho.
because of my special enunciation of the word hoe in any sentence or in any word that Ohio. My sister can't. If we're talking about Ohio, I will 100% be. She'll just get in the hot. I'm like Ohio, Idaho, Idaho, Idaho. So, just weirdly fascinated with the way "ho" sounds. I need a things to use against CB folder. I highly recommend it. It's fun.
That folder would be empty because I am sunshine. I have done nothing wrong in my life.
You know,
ever.
the sun causes burns.
Shut up, Sam. I have done nothing wrong in my life ever, and no one can prove otherwise. There is definitely not records.
You know, when
on the
people are
internet.
like that, they're secretly cult leaders.
There is no proof.
Sam, do you watch any Korean dramas about Gumiho, or is this just something that's mentioned?
No, specifically the Legend of the Nine-Tailed Fox was about two brothers.
Yeah.
They were both Kumihos.
That's an interesting one because you don't typically see males depicted as Gumiho.
I know, it was so fascinating.
Yeah.
And also made me cry 3 times. You know what an accomplishment that is?
And
it made you cry?
Oh my god, I was ugly sobbing. You don't understand the final episode.
I can't watch it. I can't watch
it. That's what Tabby said. I need someone to watch it with
I was
but
like,
Jamie, I'm so happy. Hold on, CB. Go to your corner. So Jamie, you've seen it?
I've seen a little bit of it. I haven't seen a lot. But I was very surprised that there's a male Gumiho and it's a period piece. So I'm just like,
like happily. It's like it starts out period, but then it goes to like the modern day, and most of it takes place in the modern day. But like I wasn't super interested at first. I was just like watching it, and then it got dull. But then like it got really good, and oh my god, his little brother is my favorite. Yeah. I love that little shit. He's so yes. I have no idea. That's like my favorite.
The scene where she's floating away on the boat and he freezes the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know what a Gumiho is.
Korean Nine-Tailed Fox.
Okay, now I do.
Woo-hoo. Yes, there's a couple different myths of origin for them, but Jamie happens to be doing a video on them.
Yep.
I look
in
forward to that.
Yeah,
February.
my channel sometimes does creature spotlights for those that don't know, and I'm gonna try to do one every month. And February is gonna be Gumiho, where I talk about the Korean nine-tailed fox and their powers and their lore and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of coolness to them.
That's cool.
But it's funny because there's a lot of like K-dramas about them. There's horror movies about them, of course, but then there's also this subgenre of comedies. Like my girlfriend is a Gumiho, or my roommate is a Gumiho. There's two. And then I watched this movie called The Fox Family, and it was a musical and a comedy. It was completely silly, but I had to keep watching it like a train wreck.
It's because they were like they were actually considered auspicious spirits in like Chinese mythology, and the Korean mythology also had them as like good luck spirits and everything. But then when Japan was at war with Korea, which I do not know a lot about that at this current moment in time, but like there cultural exchanges and everything happened. And that was when it's believed the Gumiho started taking on a more like malevolent or horror-ish thing because of the influence of the kitsune. So
that's a piece actually I didn't know, because I didn't research the origins of the tales. I just kind of knew some of the tales, but there is one where
you had requested Gumiho in the Monster Facts for the Monster Ball, and that was when I learned all of this. I was like, let me learn the origin and history of this so I can do 2 facts maybe.
Yeah.
So yes.
So there was one, and it's kind of funny because this tale kind of ties in with the Japanese occupation. So for those that don't know, the Japanese colonized Korea in the early 1900s. I think it was like right around 1910 or whatever. And when they did, they tried to basically eradicate Korean culture. They made them speak Japanese. They burned Korean books. They made them learn karate. They said you can't learn your own martial arts. You have to learn karate. Tons of stuff. The complete colonization. And there was a tale of how Gumiho, you would see a Gumiho in their fox form, and they'd be carrying off books. And that was like the making them into the villain that was stealing their knowledge and running off with their books and things like that. So a lot of interesting folk tales and stuff like that.
All right, I'm going to speed through chat real quick, and then we need to do another sprint.
The tales are the tales. Good point.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm reading ahead. The stories.
Look, she won't move. I like shake it and I do it, and she's just like glued. She's a statue now. I saw a cool Korean action movie, Steel Rain. I like the title. Ari is a Gumiho. Yes.
Yeah, League of Legends, NKDA.
When I like first saw her, I was like, she is a fox, but that is a Korean outfit. Say what?
Well, she's singing it because when I first saw Ari, I'm like, well, she could be a kitsune. I don't know. But then when KDA came out and she's singing in Korean, I was like, that's a Gumiho. Yeah.
Well, there's something about the design of her like main skin that specifically looked very Korean-ish to me.
Is her skin like wearing like a hanbok or something like that? Like a traditional
hanbok. Thank you. That's the word.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yes. I love the whole nine-tailed fox thing. It actually originates in China, though I cannot remember the name of it at the moment.
Hing Jang, something like that.
Yes, just Google Chinese nine-tailed fox. You'll get it. Tale of the Tales. There's a lot of animosity towards Japan and Korea this day. There's, as tends to happen with countries that were colonized by another one.
Yeah.
So I passively know of it because I read a lot of Korean webtoons. That is the only reason at the moment.
And then we freed Korea in World War II, and then they immediately got into a civil war. So sucks.
We need a timer. Welcome to my channel where we talk about history, mythology, and cats. Dynasty Ari, I think, is even more overtly yes. Theme for the timer. We need a theme.
Vigilantes.
Foxes.
I need a theme I can find on the YouTube.
I know, I'm sorry. My friend told me I look like a vigilante with my hood up, and now I'm like, I'm a vigilante. I said that on one of my college applications. Let's foxes or cats or something. They were like, what's a talent that you don't have but you wish you did? And I said parkour, just in case all of my other careers fall through and I can become a vigilante. Rooftops are a surprisingly good way of travel as long as you don't trip. And I submitted that on a college application, guys. And I regret nothing.
You'd be like Dwight Schrute.
I am applying. No. I'm applying for the film program. If they want serious answers, they're looking in the wrong fucking place.
Well. Alright, so I found this duck. Are we good with the duck?
I appreciate the duck.
The duck also had music, but as we know, I mute it because I play my own stuff.
Henry, I do not know if it worked because I'm still applying to colleges or transferring. So I will let people know if my parkour helmet works.
I gotta switch my banners before I forget again until halfway through the sprint.
Dun dun dun.
Alright. Jamie, would you like to count us down?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, right.
And we're back. My nose is itchy. I had a buddy join me.
That is so
Aw.
not. All of my cats have abandoned me because they don't truly love me.
Well, if you go back at some point during the sprint, she just kind of like came into my lap, but I still like was doing things on Clever Fox, so I'm just like sitting there writing, and she's just watching me, occasionally nudging my chin.
Haley and Blake drop kicked me back into like pre-third grade memes in the comments. And
Oh no. Duck. I'm glad everybody liked the duck timer.
That's where it begins. You know what that is?
No, I don't think I do.
It's probably for the best.
And said to the man running the stand,
You got
"You
it.
got any grapes?"
That's
The
it.
generational gap grows.
I go. I mean,
See, the
I
patron
barely
saint of the
remember
stream
this.
is
This
here.
was
I
like
feel respect.
when I was like 7, younger than that. So you'd have been more aware of your surroundings than I would. This came out. My older brother had the video like on loop at one point during our childhood, in like the half-fixed computer in our family room. Just a very specific memory that is now like right there because of that.
I would have been 20 and therefore out of high school.
I mean, you've been on the internet though.
But the
I'm
internet
looking
is
up
a
the meme
big
now.
place. I don't even know today's memes.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, right there. I typed in "and the duck." It's called the Duck Song. Okay, and it has. I'm trying to look how many. It has. Oh yeah. 519,027,790 views.
And none of them are mine.
Nope.
Oh, God. Anyways.
I am not ashamed at the things I don't know. The internet is a big place. This says it came out in
Wait, Fox knows what
2009.
it is. Fox knows what it is.
Okay, but
I
here's
feel
the
justified.
thing.
Yeah,
Fox
it came
only
out in
knows things I
2009.
don't.
I was 6.
Okay.
No, I just feel justified that I didn't
Oh.
hallucinate this.
You know what I was doing in 2009?
I did. What?
trying to get a job and failing. Traveling the United States, working at conventions.
You were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's what you were doing.
Probably not, actually.
That's
No?
what I was doing.
I still haven't seen all of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm so sad.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm halfway through book 2 and I've seen the end of book 3. There's a large chunk that I have not seen.
It's so good.
So good. Fox
Sam, I'm with
validated
you.
me. I feel okay now.
I wasn't saying it wasn't a thing. I'm just saying I didn't know what it was.
It feels like a hallucination.
Oh, okay.
Even though other people
obviously
it.
chat knew it.
Yeah, but you never know. It could be a generational hallucination. I know those two are mine.
That's what I was assuming, especially if you knew it in 3rd grade. I wasn't in
I was
school
wrong.
anymore.
I was 6. Those aren't 3rd graders.
Correct.
I have no idea.
Well, that's when the video came out. That doesn't necessarily mean that's when it was popular.
Okay, fair.
There's a llama song.
The what?
There's a llama song. It mentions ducks, but that's different.
Happy llama sad.
I don't know what that is.
It's just llamas.
I read 10 pages in the night. I made a mood map with crayons. So, yeah, I just did more clever foxing, but like the first part of the sprint, I was DMing people on Discord about things. I'm like clicking the pen and my cat keeps looking at it like, "Mother, why are you making that noise? Mother?"
I read some more. Generally chilled.
Jamie, what did you do?
I did more research on German bars. I'm looking at a place. I don't know if I'm saying this town right. Speyer.
How's it spelled?
Speyer. Yeah.
Obviously, my 4 years of German is really coming in clutch right now. So.
Yeah, I don't know if those E's are long or short because I don't know German pronunciation. Not my.
It wasn't one of the things.
10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. I would be able to, like 4 hours ago, I could have given you like a really good information, but not currently.
Narwhal.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that less so, but I do know that is a thing. I was 5.
Yeah.
That's when I remember existing.
Yep.
Like, you want a child cartoon theme song from my entire lifetime and some 10 years before, I probably got you. But
want to know my childhood
internet stuff, no.
Song? The thing that like I remember most from childhood, like meme wise. Do you wanna know?
What?
Do you wanna know? What does the fox say?
Oh yeah. Elvis.
Yeah, they played that at our like breakfast, like late night breakfast at my college.
Yeah.
And people were going wild.
Have you listened to any of their other stuff?
No.
I would recommend. I'm not
Okay.
even gonna. Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, dun, dun, dun. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. They're a fearsome fighting team. They're ninjas in a half shell and they're green.
They do a song called Massachusetts, which I always share because I'm from Massachusetts, but
My college is Massachusetts.
I always share that song, which I just think it's crazy. These 3 Norwegian guys write a song about Massachusetts and they're like, it's the greatest place on earth and all this stuff they're talking about. And then they say stuff, then they just say weird stuff like it's the 14th biggest state. And I'm like, no.
I was like, is it?
No. But it's just
it's the 14th smallest.
All their stuff is crazy. They have a song about Stonehenge. A lot of it's not safe for work. I'm just gonna say if there's minors present, don't listen to Bilvis. But no,
you shouldn't be here.
That's fair.
Fox is telling me to burn the memory.
Of what does the fox say? Probably.
I don't know. I just got CB, burn the memory. CB, please. CB, no. CB, please.
Probably that one then.
And that's only the second half of the telling me to forget.
I wound up describing a character as the kind you had to repress the urge to shove in a locker. I don't really have that urge, so that would not help me.
I tried to crawl into a locker before. It worked.
You know, weirdly enough, my friends and I did have competitions to see who could fit in the lockers.
Well, it worked other than my legs because our lockers were like half sized. So I could fit.
I was just the mystical fate creature. So that is the best opinions. We all have them. When the evil shredder attacks them, turtle boys don't cut a mouse that. Do they mention Duncan?
I don't remember. They might have. They should have mentioned Duncan because there's like a Duncan every 50 feet in Massachusetts. So probably.
Also, Cody, for your information, I am a major, not a minor. I am like 2 years into being a major at this point.
That's exclusively how I refer to myself now when it comes to ages.
I don't know anyone else who does that, but I do.
I mean, it's great.
My friends refer to the opposite as majors, minors, because all of my friends, or half of my friends, are minors, and so there are a few of us who are majors. I'm the majors major in my friend group.
I think most of us at least in my friend groups of the time when we were turning 18, we just called ourselves the legals.
Okay, good. I was gonna say adult, and I'm like, I'm not ready to be an adult.
No, it's the legal ones. But then, like, I turned legal last, so I was like, does this mean I'm illegal?
Dun, dun,
until
dun. Yes.
it is questionable. But also, I do know some minors watch me and participate in chat, but this is not my fault. I do not advertise myself as a family-friendly individual or platform, so...
I say for teenagers, that's not family-friendly. I mean, it is. There's nothing else. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's the internet.
Fox said, "Oh, you are definitely illegal." Sir, you have no evidence or really facts to back this up. Now I have that rap battle song, Shadow Facts.
I still have What Does the Fox Say? And no,
I'm really good at not having that stuck in my head because I detest the noise so much. It's just blocked from being able to... You know how like some people be like, this thing exists rent free in my head? The rent is too high for that song to afford it.
There is no rent for that song. It is the exception.
At least like I'm just gonna...
Nah.
Like if I get any angry parent emails, I'm just gonna be like, not my problem. You should have been supervising better. I too am a parent. So
Well, there's like when you upload content, you can be like for children.
Yeah, but you specifically have to click the for children box. So
yeah,
you see, and it like automatically disables comments and a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
when they played that at my school, What Does the Fox Say? I knew too many like words. I was like, my mouth was saying the words, but my brain was just like, what is going on?
Let me tell you, your memory of school and music is What Does the Fox Say? And mine is, I don't know the name of the song, but I call it To the Windows.
To the wall.
To the windows?
To the windows, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls, to all these things.
No, I'm talking about at school like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
They played
I'm talking about from middle school to high school. All of our dances, that song played at least once.
Oh, at all of
every
our dances,
time. And those are the
Don't
words.
Stop Believing. Always Don't Stop Believing. Which I like the song. I have nothing against the song. It's just
that and Macarena.
Every school dance.
Ugh.
And it's like the only they like this is our slow song. Don't Stop Believing.
Really?
Yeah.
Your school sounds so much more wholesome than mine was. Oh yeah, the song.
No,
get low,
no,
get low, get
no,
low,
Sam.
get low. Look, I just told you what my dance anthem for my school dances was, and yours
like
were
WAP. Yeah. It was.
And that's on par, yes.
Yeah.
But that isn't burned as your memory association, is all I'm saying. Journey, oh my god.
I feel made fun of, but I also don't know why I do. Okay,
I think Chris is feeling old. Also, I wasn't making fun of you. I was reflecting upon my school system and the fact that that was
like the closer you got to like the DJ, the like scarier it got. I don't know. I didn't really go to school dances. I mostly got snacks and left.
I went to my 10-year like high school reunion, and the moment like somebody played that song, and just we all, because we knew it, because it's burned into us now.
Yeah.
During CB's graduation, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
I wish.
We did a lot of getting Cody too. I mean, we're in roughly the same region, so it's I don't understand how it repeatedly kept getting passed. Whoever was supposed to be in charge of censoring the music, because like they were super strict about our dress code and shit. But nah, we can sing about to the sweat drop down our balls and like.
Oh God, open arms. See, I think Candy and I went to high school in the 80s, so our musical high school memories are much different. We had Phil Collins.
Yes, I know that. recognize the name.
I can hear it calling in the air
Yeah.
tonight.
Our prom song was not our prom
Oh.
song. A prom song? Our senior class prom song was "One More Night" by Phil Collins, and I actually tried to get a petition going to have it reversed to a King Diamond song. And I don't know if anyone in this feed knows who King Diamond is, but he's from Denmark and he sings a lot about Satan. And I actually got like 100 signatures, but it didn't go through.
Oh, yeah, I'd miss.
I tried.
You did.
Dancing to home music, A-OK. Dance to a clip. That's so true, though. It's like, I can feel it come. Is it coming or calling? Because I thought it was I can feel it calling in the air tonight, but
Coming.
I could be wrong. Oh, it's
It's
coming?
coming,
Okay.
yeah.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. JM from Has in Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. That played
I know who
a
King
lot of
Diamond.
Peter Gabriel.
Sounds like you should be a JoJo, not gonna lie. I mean, yes. To be fair, JoJo is like 90% music references too, so it works.
That
I didn't
worked.
go to prom. Either one. We had junior prom and senior prom. Junior prom got destroyed by COVID, rightfully so. And then senior prom, I was at college. So then my school did the awkward prom. Not it.
I went to prom, didn't really get to dance with most people. I think me and a couple of my friends broke off and danced a little bit, but none of our dates wanted to dance. And then I went to, my friend wanted to go to prom, but she had no one to go with. And I had already graduated, but I told her I would be her date. And then we went and we had a really good time.
That's fun.
And we danced to all the things. I was a little metalhead in high school.
Nice.
Yes. I am apparently more of a metalhead than I thought I was. Because like I don't like screamo. And there's certain growl. There's like two main different growl techniques they use in metal. And one of them hurts my head, but the other one is fine. And so like I'm very picky about when they growl or growl scream.
I think we've had a discussion about that.
Yeah, I don't like the Cookie Monster stuff.
Yeah. But,
you know, Chris brought up JoJo, which is funny because my son introduced me into that one. And he's like, Dad, you got to check out this anime. And I'm like, all right. So, and he's usually pretty good. His recommendations are good. Like he told me about 7 Deadly Sins, My Hero, right? So he's like, check this one out. And all of a sudden the music comes in and I'm like, is this yes?
Theme songs.
Yeah. I'm like, are you even getting these references? Like, this is from the 70s. Do you understand?
Oh my God.
Like he had all the funny names and stuff like that. I'm like,
Chris and I are both the children of Gen Xers, so like we definitely know a lot of. Plus, Chris's like music preferences are just all 80s stuff for the most part, like Cure, Guns N' Roses, all that. And then I like the glam rock and the other side of the 80s, along with Pat Benatar. And
I love Pat Benatar. That was the first music I ever liked. I didn't like music as a child. Like I didn't like the way it sounded. It was probably like a overstimulation thing. But Hit Me With Your Best Shot and Heartbreaker were my two favorite songs as like a 4-year-old. And then I would like go to like preschool and kindergarten. And they'd be like, "What's your favorite song?" I'm like, "Hit Me With Your Best Shot" by Pat Benatar. And then she'd just be like, "Oh, okay."
Doesn't Sam, don't you like Hailstorm? I thought
I do. That was actually what I was gonna say. Hailstorm's apparently metal.
Well,
I
was gonna say they do an awesome cover of Hell Is for Children.
Ooh, I have to look into that now.
Yeah,
I had actually, so fun fact, or like fun little side story. I had forgotten that I was a huge fan of Hailstorm. I listened to them for a while, and then I just sort of started listening to some other stuff. And then there's the Hailstorm Evanescence tour, right?
Yes.
And Chris and I went to see it because I was like, oh, well, I like
sweet.
Hailstorm. You like Evanescence. We both passively like the other one. So we'll go. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna know any of these songs, but I desperately hope that they sing Back from the Dead, which my sister laughed after the concert because she's like, it's called the Back from the Dead concert. And I'm like, no, I did not know. But we sat down and Hailstorm performed first, and the first drum beat hits, and I'm like, it's Back from the Dead. And then like I sang the whole song, and then I sang the next 5 songs, and every song that comes on and I start singing it, and Chris looks at me and he's like, I thought you said you
That's
didn't
awesome.
know. And I'm like, I know more than I thought I did. And of their whole set, there was only like 2 I didn't know.
This was an unexpected but not unwanted development.
So it was great. And then we just enjoyed the concert in general, but I really love watching Lizzie Hale perform live. And like I enjoy Hailstorm and their whole dynamic. And there's actually like toward the end of their set, they let the drummer just have their own solo. And I'm like, you don't see that a lot. And I love drummers.
No, not these days.
So it's so great. And she kept making like jokes before each song. It would be like a joke or a reference or a lead-in so that you knew what song was coming up next. And I'm like, this makes my little fangirl heart go so fast. I had so much more fun than I thought I would.
That's awesome.
I was like, I'm gonna just go to the concert because I love my husband. So
Chris is talking about it in chat.
yes, I know I have to talk about chat or talk to chat. Any fans of 80s and 90s? That depends on the band and the song.
Merciful Fate.
Yes. Went to see Clutch the day after New Year's Day. Nice. Sam, there were 2 I didn't for Hailstorm.
Yeah.
We are doing one more sprint, and it should be coming up in a minute or so. So I need to know what we want our final timer theme to be.
Music.
No, I have a playlist.
No, not that we can hear, but like music notes or something. I don't, I don't know. You asked.
You can let other people answer, though.
I think that's my opinion. Fine, I guess Jamie can have an opinion, and I guess chat can have an opinion. Only if they're quick.
A Star Wars timer? I don't.
Well, no, Chris actually recommended Ari, and I think that's a cool one because we were talking about Fox.
I don't have an Ari timer. He also keeps recommending Dio timers that don't exist.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
It would be like a copyright thing if you do one of those.
Well, I don't. Oh, there is a Star Wars timer, but it's a 30-minute timer, not a 20-minute timer.
If you guys are couldn't be going to sleep on stream. I'm streaming from the bed because I don't have a desk chair, and at one point I was like, I'll just like adjust down and like read from my laptop during. And I was like, wait, there's
a Baby Yoda timer, but it's also 30 minutes. There's a Baby Yoda that's 15 minutes. You know what? Nobody's allowed to have an opinion now because I found a Space Jam timer.
That's valid.
Is it the Aluminum Falcon? No, it was not. You thought it was a timer, but it was a ITO. Yes. 30 is fine. I'm going to finish writing, then read. It's fair. Okay, so it is Baby Yoda. I don't care if it has a real name.
I do that to one of my friends.
That's not what the
like, oh my god, it's Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
And every time he just glares at me and goes, you know his name. I was like, I do know his name. My friend's like,
don't. I purposely purge it from my memory every time I'm told. Because I am afraid that if I ever remember, I'll start using it.
Yeah, that's valid.
And I was marketed to that it was a Baby Yoda, and therefore it's Baby Yoda.
Wait, did you think it was actually a baby version of Yoda?
No.
Okay, good. Cool.
No, Yoda did. His name is Baby Yoda. It is. You're not allowed to have sound. Okay. Who wants to count us down? That's not my job.
Jamie, you can do it.
Oh, I was pointing up at you. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. 3. No, that there. 3, 2, 1.
Hello. I don't actually know when the timer ended because I was setting up my Sailor Moon Mila notes over there. I had to go to the desktop because my laptop could not handle the Sailor Moon archive board.
Wow.
My
Oh,
laptop
careful.
was like, nope, we give up. Laptop, why?
I got a box thrown at my head by my little brother. I caught it.
Oh.
Apparently, I had another birthday present that arrived late. It's a temporary tattoo pen
Nice.
of a different variety, different brand. No, only I could art.
Setting up the season 4 notes for you to spy on, Cody.
Cat.
Yes. You were in my lap. You knew this would happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
I finished my editing for the day. Congratulations!
Yay.
Then I got a bunch of reading done. I, for the first portion of the sprint, had been invaded by my husband because 9 o'clock is his bedtime. And so he always, I always roughly have a sprint around 9 to 9:10, and he comes in here and bugs me for half of that sprint. Let me tell you, Cody, if season 4 is the way I remember season 4, these notes are going to be fun. And Tabby is sick, so she will not be joining me for the Moonathon. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I have to watch it all by my lonesome.
Dun, dun.
Wrote a profile of a new character for book 2. Nice. What did you do, Jamie?
It's kind of funny because I was telling about this scene with the two goddesses that meet in the bar.
Mhm.
Yes.
So one of the goddesses is actually Victoria, also known as Nike, the goddess of victory.
Yes.
So the scene that I imagined is this. She's actually playing darts and just beating everybody in the bar. And so I'm like, I need to find this because it needs to take place in Germany. There's this whole reason, blah, blah, blah. So I research some bars around the Rhine River, and I just randomly pick this thing. These people have a dart league. And there's all these darts. Like, I'm looking at pictures. They've got all these dart boards along the wall. There's dart trophies up there. And I'm like, holy shit. This is like, how did I pick randomly? You know, it's just, I like when shit like that happens because I don't have to
When
make
it all
stuff up.
just falls in.
Yeah, now I don't have to make something up. I can just kind of go, yeah, the dart boards are right here, and this is what they look like, and blah, blah, blah. So,
Meant to be.
yeah.
Nice. Ooh.
CB's just falling asleep over there.
I know. I am so falling asleep. Streaming from bed is not good. I'm like this close to just. You would never know.
And then we're gonna like get off the stream, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, let me go get ready for bed," and you're gonna get up and go pee, and you're just gonna be like, "Now I can't sleep."
Joke's on you. I'm not getting up after this. I'm taking off my socks and then burrowing. I should probably take off my makeup, but I don't know if we'll make it that far.
Child.
Look, it's just the eyeliner and mascara and eyebrow stuff.
Just
I mean, it's
all
not
of your
like on
eyes.
the like general skin. It's just my eyes.
Yes, but it's also bad for your eyes because if it bleeds in your eyes while you're asleep, or like because you rub in your sleep because you have no less impulse control,
Mm-hmm. That is
you're
fair.
gonna make yourself need these.
I have an eye appointment tomorrow.
Shut up.
I'm getting my eyes checked tomorrow.
So Cody, I have so many feelings on fisheye and the handling of fisheye, and that's gonna be fun to talk about. Sounds kind of like my story, fantasy critters with modern settings. Contemporary fantasy. We loves it.
Right on.
All right. So we should go ahead and do our outros.
Should I go?
No.
Oh, Jamie.
Me? Okay.
Sorry,
So thank you for having me
looking at my
again.
mouth.
I'm J.M. Celi. and I am a fantasy writer. I'm working on a dark fantasy novel right now that's kind of medieval fantasy. Takes place in hell, has a half succubus who's trying to get out of hell. But I'm also dabbling in some other projects that are modern fantasy, urban fantasy with, supernatural creatures and stuff living in the modern world, as we just talked about. I like to combine elements from role-playing games and historical reality into my fantasy to give everything kind of a depth. And yeah, that's kind of what my YouTube channel is about.
I'm C.B. Ferrenz.
Did you say sleepy Ferrenz?
No, but I wish I did. Now you're not fantasy author, writer, teenager, YouTuber, college student, film student. And on my channel, I talk about how those things come together, or rather don't. I'm down below.
I have to do my outro. You have to wait.
Yeah, Chris. Ha.
And I am Writing Mom Samantha L. Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. On Mondays, I host live streams like this one where we do writing sprints or productivity sprints. Just, 15 to 20 minutes for you to focus on, or it's 20 to 30. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted right now. Point is, you've got time where you're supposed to focus on getting something done, and then in between that, sir, don't you shut my laptop. And then in between that, we socialize. And it's normally chaos and havoc and a really good time. Sometimes, though, we talk about specific subjects like Sailor Moon, as we're coming up to our season 4 Sailor Moon Let's Talk next Monday. CB and Cody will be there.
Woo!
When I post videos, I post them on Thursdays, which, again, I'm hoping to be making progress towards being able to do that again when I start that back up. They will be monthly. If you would like to see a sample of my writing so that you know that I'm not full of total bullshit and I do actually know how to write well, you can check out my spooky short, my spooky flash fiction on my website, samanthallnasset.com, where you can also sign up to my newsletter to keep up to date with all things Sam and also get exclusive opportunities such as the first in line to beta read my stories. Be up to date on how my husband drives me insane. If you would like to
support this channel,
if you help us keep this blue banner, you can tip at my coffee Go 5 down below.
Give Sam money.
Or you can or you can like the stream, subscribe to the channel, ring-a-ding that bell so that you are notified, because the algorithm hates me right now and you definitely need that bell to know when things happen.
Yep, I get notified even though I'm usually on camera.
And we'll hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.